Hey guys, welcome back. So last week I posted my video on my must-have Wet n Wild makeup products. So just like I did with my L'Oreal must-have makeup products, I wanted to do a one brand makeup tutorial using those Wet n Wild products that I talked about. And I really like the way this makeup look turned out today. I think this is a really beautiful fall makeup look. Okay, so first I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the eyes and then we'll do the face. And if you're wondering about my brows, why they look like they're filled in, I went back for my perfecting appointment for my microblading, so I can't put anything on my brows right now, and that's why they look so filled in. They'll fade a little bit. It's only been, I think, 5 days since I've had it done, and she said that it'll finally fade to the color it's supposed to be in 10 days, so I'm just gonna zoom y'all in and we're gonna get into this. Okay, so I can't decide if I'm gonna use the Rosé in the Air palette or my Comfort Zone, so I might use shades in each of these. But first I'm gonna go in, well, actually first I'm gonna prime my eyelids with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. And this is one of my very favorite eyeshadow primers. I used to love the Milani one, but that one irritates my eyelids really bad, so I can't use that one anymore. So usually now I either use this one or the CoverGirl lid lockup. And right now I'm out of the CoverGirl one, so I started using this one again, and I have just, like, I rediscovered how much I like this primer. So it just does a good job of keeping your eyeshadows looking vibrant all day, and it also keeps your eyeshadows from creasing. And then first I'm just going in with Rosé in the Air and this top shade here, and I'm gonna put that in my crease. And I'm just using my Morphe M433 brush. And then just blend out here in the outer V. If I get too far out here in the outer V, I'll just clean up before I do my foundation. But I love this color for a transition shade. It's not too warm and it's not too cool tone, so it's just the perfect transition color for me. I kind of have yet to do a look with this shade here, really. So I'm going to use this color in the Comfort Zone palette, the Duochrome shade. And I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid with the Wet n Wild concealer brush. And I do feel like the Duochrome shade in their new palette, like the new formula, I feel like it's more intense, or I don't know. I feel like it has a better color payoff than the one that's in their original, like the original formula that they used to have. And I'm gonna switch back over to the Rosé in the Air palette, and I'm gonna use this dark brown here and my Morphe E36 brush. And I'm just gonna blend that shade just directly into the crease. And I feel like I kind of got that Duochrome shade out a little too far over here, so I'm just gonna clean that up with a Q-tip. But I'm just kind of putting that like right above the Duochrome shade in the crease here. And I will go back and blend out some more here in a second, but I'm just pretty much placing the color directly there in the crease. And then here in the outer V, I'm just gonna use little circular motions and just kind of blend that out. Kind of shape the outer V out here. Then I just got some more of that dark brown on my Sigma E25 blending, and I'm just blending that here in the outer V. I kind of got that out a little too far, so I'm just cleaning that up with my Sigma P86 brush. kind of smudging that, like blending that out, because it was a little too much there. Then I'm just going back with that first color that I used in the crease and the Morphe M433 brush. And I'm just gonna blend around the edges of that dark brown. Just make sure everything's blended really good. And then I might also grab just a tiny bit of the warm transition color in this palette and just lightly put that at the top of the crease just to warm this look up a little bit. If you hear the cats, they're running around like crazies. And then I'm just gonna take this Q-tip and kind of clean up because I feel like I kind of got the eyeshadow up a little too high. And then I'm just going back with just a little bit more of the duochrome color. And I'm just gonna touch the lid up a little more. And then I do want the outer V to be, what are y'all doing? They're chasing each other around the house. Okay, I want this outer V to be darker actually, so I'm gonna go in with some of the shade in the Comfort Zone palette. I just got that on the Sigma E25 blending. Sorry if you can hear that noise, that's the air conditioning unit. And I'm just gonna blend that out here. So many noises this morning. Okay. And I think I actually want to pat some of that dark brown here on just like this last bit of my eyelid, just to darken that up. Then I'm just going in with a makeup remover wipe and I'm going to clean the edge of this eyeshadow up and just get any fallout off of my face before I do my foundation. Okay, and I'm gonna actually go ahead and do my eyeliner before I do my foundation, and I'm just gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Liner, and this is in black. And then once that dries, sorry if that was out of focus, once that dries, I think I'm gonna go in and kind of smudge the liner out just because it's, I don't know, I don't really feel like my little wings look very good, and that'll just kind of help to camouflage the mess ups. So I'm just going in with the On Edge Long Ring Eye Pencil, and they like repackaged these because they used to be the Fergie, and now they're just part of the regular line. But I think this shade is called Wouldn't You Know. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my Sigma Pencil E30 brush and just smudge that out a little bit. Next we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and do foundation, and then I'll come back and do the mascara and everything. Then before I do my foundation, I'm just gonna prime, and my favorite primer, this is one of my all-time favorite dewy skin primers. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Face Primer. And now for me, I feel like this product is definitely a dupe to the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. So similar to it. It's even a better dupe than the Physicians Formula Spotlight Primer because this Wet n Wild one is a lot more moisturizing. And the formula is very similar to the Becca one. I would say the main difference between the two is just that this one, I mean, obviously the ingredients probably aren't quite as good for your skin as the Becca one, but this one doesn't have a scent, and that Becca one kind of has like a light kind of fresh fragrance to it. My favorite Wet n Wild foundation is the Coverall Cream. I also like the Mega Cushion foundation, but that one is very very light coverage, where I feel like this one is more medium coverage, and I usually go for a medium coverage foundation. Also with the Mega Cushion, it is very illuminating and very dewy. It's kind of like your skin but better type of look. And the Coverall Cream, like I said, it just has a little bit more coverage, and this is more of a semi-matte finish. So I do like that one. I do not like the Photo Focus, which I've told you guys that before. It's one of those foundations that it just doesn't last very long on my skin. Like, it has a tendency to break down, and it just doesn't look very good on your skin over time. It looks great when you first apply it, but it just doesn't look good throughout the day. So, and the shade that I use in this Wet n Wild Coverall Cream is in Fair. So I just do some dots. And I feel like this foundation is getting a little hard to find at the drugstore, because I went to Walmart before I filmed this video because I was trying to find some things that I wanted to use for this video. And I did not see this Coverall Cream at Walmart, but I think I did see it at Walgreens. So I know, like, sometimes it can be a little hard to find. They do sell it on their website. And it also, like, they don't make very many shades in this foundation, unfortunately. I do feel like that's the other downfall to it. They don't, you know, offer a lot of darker shades. I wish they would just, like, repackage it and come out with, you know, more shades. Because in my opinion, this is their best foundation. Like, coverage, lasting, the finish. It's like one of those hidden gems, I feel like, at the drugstore, and it's so affordable. I think this foundation is like $3 and some change, so it's very, very affordable. Now, if you're like extremely oily, this foundation might not hold up real well on you, you know, throughout the day. It might get a little dewy, but if you are normal to dry, highly recommend this foundation. Like, if you're looking for a foundation that's really affordable, has light to medium coverage with a semi-matte finish, this is a really good foundation. This used to be a foundation that I would wear every day, like my everyday, like, day-to-day foundation. One of the things that I was looking for, which is my favorite concealer from Wet n Wild, I could not find. But it's the one that's the little highlighting and concealing pen. I could not find that anywhere. Well, I did find it at Walgreens, but they didn't have my shade. And then I went to Walmart and they didn't even have it. So I don't know if it's a product that's specifically carried at Walgreens. I think it might be. But that is my favorite concealer. I do like the coverage on the Photo Focus concealer, and I do feel like it lasts, you know, for a good amount of time on the under eye area. But my issue with that concealer is they just do not have, sorry about that, my camera cut off. But what I was trying to say is I don't feel like they have light enough shades in the Photo Focus concealer. So that's the only issue with that. If they would come out with some lighter shades, I would like that concealer from Wet n Wild, because I do feel like that is long wearing, doesn't crease on the under eye area, at least from what I can remember when I used it, whenever I tested it out for the first time. I'm just drinking some of my coffee. So yeah, so since I don't have that concealer, since I couldn't find it, and I don't have the Photo Focus anymore, I'm just gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. And then for setting powder, I know Wet n Wild has like their Photo Focus setting powder, and I like that setting powder okay. It's not like my favorite, so I don't want to go out and buy it because I've already used it before, and I know it's a product that I would not use any other time but in this video. So I did want to show you the powder that I do like to use to set my foundation from Wet n Wild. And this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. And this is not a bronzer. This is a really natural looking highlight. So sometimes I do like to use it as a highlight, but it is so pretty as an illuminating setting powder. So on days when I feel like my skin's looking dull, or if I just want, you know, my foundation to have a little bit more of a glow, like my finishing powder to just not look as powdery, this is the powder that I reach for. And I especially like using this more as my setting powder in the winter, just because it does add a little bit of glow. So, and I feel like this foundation and everything is slightly a little too light for me right now, but once we use bronzer and everything, it'll all come together. And then for my bronzer, one of my all-time favorite bronzers is the Color Icon bronzer in Ticket to Brazil. I love this. It's a good bronzer if you have really fair skin because it just warms up your complexion a little bit. It doesn't look orange. If you're like a darker skin tone, this isn't going to show up on you, which I know that they make a darker one in bikini contest, which if you have a medium to darker skin tone, that's the one that I would recommend. But I just love this Ticket to Brazil bronzer. I just think it's really pretty. And I'm just using my Morphe R2. Yeah, R2 brush. I always get the R2 and the R10 confused, but this is the R2. And I just feel like the undertone in this bronzer matches like my natural like tan undertone, which is more of like a warm golden color. And then I am gonna take a little bit of this here. And then before I do my blush and my highlight, I'm gonna go ahead and finish out my eyes. And whenever I went looking for that concealer, I was also looking to get a mascara, and I was just gonna get the Lash Renegade mascara because I do like that one from Wet n Wild. The only issue that I have with that is sometimes the brush can be pokey, like on your eye area, and it can just not feel the best. And then the last time I bought that mascara, it dried out super fast. So I thought I would give another mascara a try because I had never seen this one before, and I guess it's not new because it doesn't say anywhere on here about it being new. Maybe they just changed the packaging on it, but this is the Enhance and Define Mega Wear Mascara. So we're gonna see how this goes. I haven't found one from like their Mega Wear line that I like, but we're just gonna try this and see what happens. Okay, this is what the brush looks on this. It looks like just a really traditional kind of mascara wand. And this looks like the type of wand that would do nothing for me, but we'll just see what happens here. Okay, this definitely seems like a really natural type of mascara. I might pull my mirror a little closer to me. Okay, I can't really tell if I dislike it or not. I'm just gonna go in with several coats of it, and then I'll be able to tell if this is a mascara I'm gonna like or not. So I went in with like 3 coats of this, and it's not a horrible mascara, but it's just one of those mascaras that looks really natural. So this would be a good mascara for me to use on days when I'm just doing like a no makeup sort of look or a really natural look, because I feel like with this eye makeup, since it's darker, I need my lashes to look more full and voluminous. So I'm just gonna go over top of them with my Maybelline Lash Sensational, because this, you guys know that this is my very favorite mascara. And I am gonna kind of smudge out my lower lash line a little bit. Like, I wanna make it look a little darker under there. So I'm just gonna go in, trying to figure out what color I wanna use. I'm gonna go in with my Rosé in the Air in this dark brown down here, and my Morphe M213. And I guess I'll zoom you guys in just a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And then I'm just gonna smudge some of that here. Then for my inner corner highlight, I'm just going to use this light shade in the Comfort Zone palette. For my lower lash line mascara, I'm going to try to go in with this Wet n Wild and just see what this looks like on the lower lashes. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the face. And for my blush, you guys know that this is probably my favorite drugstore blush, but my Color Icon blush in Rosé Champagne. I just love this. And I'm using my Sigma F40 brush to apply this blush. It's just a good everyday go with everything blush color. It's very natural. Okay, then for my highlight, I've been debating on which highlight I want to use because whenever I was at Walmart, I saw that the Zodiac collection, they had put it in with their permanent line, like they had added it to that display. So I guess, because one of you guys told me that this was going to be part of the permanent line. So I guess it is now. So I might use this, or I might also use the Blossom Glow, the Mega Glow highlighting powder. I love this one as well. I've just been debating on which one I want to use. And I think I'm just going to use Blossom Glow because I want a really intense highlight. And this one is intense, but I feel like this highlight is a little bit more intense than the highlighting bar in Air. And I'm just applying this with my Real Techniques contour brush. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that here and right there. In which I know this is a one brand makeup tutorial with Wet n Wild, and if I would have thought that I was going to wear a darker lip color, I would have gotten their Plum lip liner in the Pout Perfect gel liners because they had one in Plum. But I didn't pick that up, and I need a dark lip liner for the lipstick I'm going to wear. So I'm just going to go in with the CoverGirl Exhibitionist lip liner, and this is in Plum Partner. And I love, love, love this lip liner. I think I'm going to go in with this Mega Lash lipstick in Cherry Bomb, which is going to pair really nice with this lip liner. This is Cherry Bomb and this is Mochalicious. So they both kind of give you the same sort of effect. It's just Mochalicious is a little bit more wearable. It's not quite as dark. And I feel like my lip needs to be lined better over here. The last step to this is the makeup setting spray. And I know that Wet n Wild has a couple of different ones. Like they have their one that's more dewy, and then they have the one that's matte. And then they also have like their primer water spray, which was part, I think it's a limited edition, like from their spring summer collection. And I do have a little bit of that makeup setting spray, so I'm gonna use that. And I actually put it in my Urban Decay All Nighter makeup setting spray bottle, like an empty one, because the sprayer on that Wet n Wild primer was so bad, but I really do enjoy the primer water spray. So I'm just gonna use that. And that's also just going to add a little bit of a glow to this look too. So if you didn't want your foundation to be dewy, don't use this setting spray. And I would say probably skip on that dewy primer. They also have like a matte primer, but I've never used that. So, but I hope that you guys did enjoy. Make sure I don't have lipstick on my teeth. So only bad thing about wearing dark lips, I'm always paranoid about that. But I hope that you guys did enjoy this one brand makeup tutorial using Wet n Wild makeup products. Let me know down in the comments which one brand makeup tutorial you would like for me to do next. And I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye. Bye.